purpose of my life is to help and support other men. Like there's a coaching component to everything that I do. So the whole podcast started because I wanted to get my story. There was a small audience back then that listened to what I say. I mean, the company wasn't successful, but we had built a little bit of an audience. And I said, okay, if somebody that had studied personal development, if somebody that had studied high performance, if somebody that had studied all these principles of success still struggled with this, then what are the other guys out there that don't have that background that I do? They're not equipped anything to handle some of the things that I've been able to go through. So maybe there's value to me just sharing what I've gone through. So I started the podcast just to get my story out there. I didn't think it was going to become a business. I'd actually taken a job with a marketing agency. So I was working full time in an agency at this point and running the fitness business kind of part time on the side. I was like, okay, this fitness business isn't going to be the main thing anymore. So the podcast became more of a passion than anything. There was no coaching behind it. There was no monetization model behind it. It was like, let me just have these conversations. I was a huge consumer of podcasts. So I enjoy the type of content because I think there's something really powerful when you can just consume things while you're doing other stuff, and just being able to be in somebody's ear, for an hour is incredibly powerful. So the podcast started just for me to get my story out there. And then over, the first 6 months, like the messaging began to change. Instead of people saying, Frank, thank you for your workout tips, they were like, thank you for your conversations. Thank you for your vulnerability. Thank you for having the conversations that most men aren't willing to have. So that was the first change that happened. Then a few months later, can you help me started to come. Like, what do you mean? No, I can't help you. Like I just made a decision one day. Like, you go make a decision. And this gets you into where I believe the fitness has played a major role, because I don't want to say it was easy, but I made a decision one day and I never looked back. And I realized I believe that a man will only struggle with getting porn out of his life for one of two reasons. He either lacks the belief system in himself. He doesn't believe that he can succeed, because I know he's probably tried and failed before. And if you've tried and failed before, and if you tried and failed again, to believe that you can succeed this time, it's always going to be linear. There's that limiting belief. So he's going to fail due to the belief system or due to the character traits. And this is not a knock on anybody, because character traits aren't something that you're born with. They're something that are developed over time. And character traits, I believe, for me, were built through the disciplines that I developed through bodybuilding. So I believe both of those can be acquired through a physical transformation. I believe that if you can get into a fitness plan, if you begin to find success in changing your body, because with a porn reboot, it may be weeks, it may sometimes be months for you to begin to really notice and experience the change. You can see daily progress of like not doing the things that you don't want to do, but to actually experience and feel the benefits, it takes a time. It takes a window of time. Some people's 3 months, some people's 6 months, some people's longer than that, due to all these kind of mechanisms firing in our brain. But with a fitness transformation, by saying I'm dedicated to a structured plan, I'm dedicated to a structured routine, I will begin to notice and feel changes, not instantly, but within the first 1 or 2 weeks, if the program is put together the right way. Your body will begin to feel better. You'll begin to feel more healthy. Your clothes will begin to fit better. So I believe that is a tool that can be used to develop a belief system of, if I stay consistent with something, the results will come, and the character traits, because discipline is built over time by choosing what you want most over what you want now. So when you dedicate to a fitness plan or a nutrition plan, and you have to make the choice of, do I want to eat this food that is on my meal plan, or do I want to eat the cookie that tastes really, really good? Every time you acknowledge that you're making the right choice, you're reinforcing that behavior of doing the things that you want most versus what you want right now. So one of the reasons why fitness sits at the foundation of everything we do, because I believe they're tools to give the man a belief system and character traits in and of himself to find success in the other things that we're going to be doing.